Good morning, all of you, my dear students. This is Bazi, PGT in English. Today, I am going to start English lesson of +1. +1, the first lesson of the textbook is The Portrait of a Lady. This lesson is written by Kushwant Singh. The author of this lesson is Kushwant Singh. Now, if you look at the title, first of all, to understand the lesson clearly, meaning of the title we have to understand. The total meaning of the lesson we can understand by understanding the title of the lesson. This is the portrait of a lady. First of all, what is meant by portrait? We have to understand. The meaning of the portrait: one, picture. Second meaning, the history of a person. The description of a person. Here, if you see the portrait of a lady, the history of a lady, the lifestyle of a lady. Now, in this lesson, we are going to discuss the portrait of a lady, the history, the lifestyle of a lady. In this lesson, there are two important persons, characters. The protagonist characters, protagonist means important. The two important characters are: one, Kushwant Singh, and the second one, grandmother of Kushwant Singh. These two characters we are going to learn. The total lesson, two characters are there. One is Kushwant Singh, another one is grandmother of Kushwant Singh. The lesson is nothing but information of grandson and grandmother. First of all, what we have to understand. If you see a person's parents are there. Now, Kushwant Singh parents, they went to city to earn some money. Their lifestyle must be different. So they left Kushwant Singh under the care of grandmother and his parents. Kushwant Singh's parents went to city. Then grandmother of Kushwant Singh became the caretaker of Kushwant Singh. Now, Kushwant Singh was looked after by his grandmother. The name of the grandmother is not mentioned. Now we are going to discuss. Suppose you also, when summer holidays are given, you are going to your grandmother's house. So your grandmother is taking care of you with much affection and love. In the same way, here also, grandmother took care of Kushwant Singh and she showed much love and affection towards her grandson Kushwant Singh. That means, in this lesson, Kushwant Singh wrote lifestyle of his grandmother. Nowadays, grandchildren, for example, relatives, they are giving gifts to their relatives. Son is giving gifts to parents, daughter is giving gifts to parents, uncle, aunt, and in that manner, relatives are giving gifts to their relatives, means parents, uncle, aunt, grandfather, grandmother, cousin, like that. But here what you have to understand is, if you give a gift, the lifespan of a gift might be some time, 1 year, 2 year. After using that one, we are throwing. But here, Kushwant Singh gave a gift to his grandmother, which is remembered not only by grandmother, by all the people in the world. That means whatever the information, lifestyle of his grandmother, he wrote in the form of a story, in the form of a book. That's why whoever reads the book of Kushwant Singh, they know the information, lifestyle of Kushwant Singh's grandmother. In that way, he showed tribute to her, his grandmother. He showed love, affection towards grandmother. My dear children, you also, if you are able to do it, you show your love and affection towards your parents, towards your relatives, by writing a piece of information in the form of a story, in the form of a poem, and you show to your parents, to your relatives, how much happiness they will get. It is not only read by them, but also by all the people. All the people will understand how much love and affection you are showing towards your relatives in the form of lesson, piece of information. In this lesson also, Kushwant Singh showed his tribute, his respect towards a grandmother by writing lifestyle of his grandmother. Now, two important characters, one Kushwant Singh, another one his grandmother. The total lesson is dealing with the relation between Kushwant Singh and his grandmother. Now, suppose if you go to your grandmother's house, your grandmother is taking care of you very much. In the same way, early morning, she used to make him get up. She used to give bath to him. She used to dress him. Because at that time, he was going to school. See here, what the affection grandmother showed towards a grandson. She has so much affection towards grandson. She showed that love and affection by doing different activities for the sake of Kushwant Singh. She gave birth to Kushwant Singh early morning. She got him dressed up to go to school. She cleaned the slate of Kushwant Singh and she plastered yellow piece of chalk to the slate, and she also arranged earthen pot filled with ink and reed pen. At that time there are no pens. Reed is nothing but a plant which is grown near the rivers. That reed is there. That reed, she cut a piece of reed stick, and she used it to dip in the earthen pot. So whenever the reed absorbs the ink, they use it to write on the book, on the notebook. So all the things which are needed by Kushwant Singh for learning the education, she arranged all the things, and she not only arranged all the things to him, she not only sent the person to school, she also went along with the Kushwant Singh to school. You have doubt. Was she learning anything in that school at that time? No. The school and church, the school and temple, both attached to each other. That means school and a temple both are situated at one place. The corridor of the temple was used as a school for the children. The children were sitting in 2 rows. The priest of the temple used to teach them alphabet and prayer towards God. The children used to learn all those things which were taught by priest of the temple. One is prayer to God and another one is alphabet. So at that time, grandmother sat in the temple and she used to read all the religious books. In that way, she went along with Kushwan Singh and she stayed there. When they were going to temple and school, they used to carry stale chapatis. Stale. Stale means not fresh. That means grandmother yesterday evening what the chapati she made, she used to give those stale chapatis by applying butter and sugar on it. She used to offer him as a breakfast. She carried some such type of stale chapatis to school also. The reason is while they were coming after completion of the school, they used to throw chapatis to the dogs in the streets. The dogs used to follow them from school to up to their house. So because of that, we can understand grandmother is a very generous woman. She showed so much love and affection towards the animal also. That's why she used to carry stale chapatis to school. Whilst they were coming, they used to offer. Now, grandmother loved very much teaching alphabet to Kushwan Singh. Both together they were staying, always both together without separating. They used to stay there only, used to eat food, used to sleep, used to do all the things. And one thing, when she was giving a bath, when she was combing his hair, she used to utter the prayer. She used to sing songs towards God in a rhythmic way, in a musical note. Her idea is Kushwan Singh also, by listening to those prayer in a sing-song manner, he can get them by heart. He also will become a religious person later. But Kushwan Singh liked to listen all the songs sung by grandmother, but he did not give any importance to learn them. So grandmother is a religious woman. So when he was a child, he used to stay with the grandmother because his parents went to city by leaving Kushwan Singh with the grandmother. And first of all, we have to understand childhood of Kushwan Singh. In a village, when Kushwan Singh was in the village, after his parents left him with the grandmother, grandmother took care of him. Grandmother used to give bath, used to dress him, used to offer all the food items, and she loved teaching prayer and teaching alphabet to him. Every day, every minute, they were always together and they felt very happy. Grandmother felt very happy because she was able to give total information relating to education to her grandson. So they were very happy. And when they were in the village, grandmother used to offer stale chapatis to dogs. In that way, they have good relation. They have intimacy. They loved each other. They felt very happy. So, second stage, childhood of Kushwant Singh in the town. After settling in the city, Kushwant's parents called grandmother and Kushwant Singh to city. That is common thing here. Parents of some children, because of the financial problems, they used to go to city. After settling, they used to call their parents, and sometimes they left their children with their parents. When the parents went to city or somewhere to earn money, they used to leave their children with their parents. Means children are staying with their grandparents. After settling in the city, they used to call them again to city to take care of them. In the same manner here also, Kushwant Singh's parents who went to city, they called after earning money, they called grandmother and Kushwant Singh to city. Now they are going to live in the town. So childhood of Kushwant Singh in the town. Now here we have to compare the two lifestyle of Kushwant Singh and grandmother when they were in village and when they were in town. Now childhood in village, they both together. In town also, they always stayed together in one room because one room is allotted to Kushwant Singh and the grandmother. By birth, when he was a small child, he used to stay with the grandmother. That's why when they went to city also, separate room was given to Kushwant Singh and grandmother. So here, whenever Kushwant Singh went to town, he joined in school. He joined in a English medium school. English medium school. And when he was in village, grandmother used to accompany Kushwant Singh to school. That means grandmother used to go along with Kushwant Singh to school. But now, when he went to town, he went to school in town by motor car, means by bus. That means grandmother was not allowed to go to school along with the children. But when she was in a village, she used to go. These are the two changes. That is the first stage. And the second stage, when he was in a village, he used to learn. That means the priest of the temple used to teach prayer and alphabet. These are the two things only in their mother tongue. That means they belong to Punjab. Might be in Punjabi, the priest might have taught, and grandmother also very well versed with the Punjabi language. That's why she used to teach very with much affection and love without any difficulty. But when he went to town, he used to go to English medium school. There children, parents were and grandparents were not allowed into the school along with the children. He used to go by bus. So grandmother felt very unhappy. And moreover, the lessons were taught in English. But the grandmother did not know English. That's why she was not able to help Kushwant Singh in doing the homework given in schools. So she felt very happy. That means she was very much interested to help Kushwant Singh in his education, but here she was not able to give any help because all the lessons were taught in English. And moreover, but here in village, only Punjabi language, mother tongue. That is the second one. And the third one. So when he was in a village, only prayer and alphabet. But when he joined in English medium school in the town, there they are teaching science, social studies, even music also. Archimedes principles. And even music also. She did not know information about all those things. That's why she was not able to help the children, help the child, grandson. She felt very happy. So, as she was not able to help him, the relation was somewhat stopped. That means how much time she spent previously, that much time. Now she was not able to spend with the grandson when they went to town. That means though both together they were staying in the same room, always she was not able to talk with him, always he was not able to help him. That's why automatically here somewhat gap was taking place about them. About that means their relation was somewhat reduced. Now grandmother felt very unhappy. What the thing which made grandmother very unhappy is grandson is learning music in the school. She felt very happy. That means her opinion about music is bad. Only bad people only learning music. Music has a lewd information, lewd activity. That means it is a lewd means bad activity. Music is the thing which is learned by all the indecent people. Lewd means indecent. Indisciplined people. That means the people who are moving on the road without any work. Those are learning music. But she did not know that is also one of the parts of education. And she felt that only heralds means bad women. Bad women. The women who are living in a bad manner. Such type of woman only learn music. That's why she felt very unhappy. From that time, whenever she learned, Kushwan Singh was learning music, she stopped talking to Kushwan Singh. So these are the changes which were taken place when they came from village to town. Another thing is, when she was in the village, she used to help. She used to offer chapatis to dogs. When she was in the town, dogs were not found. Dogs might be there, but in the street, dogs might not be there. She used to offer bread crumbs after crushing the bread. Small pieces, those are called bread crumbs. Bread crumbs are offered to sparrows. So when she was in the village, she used to offer chapatis to dogs. When she was in village, when she went to town, she used to offer bread crumbs to sparrows. So village dogs, town sparrows, she used to help. She stopped talking to Kushwan Singh whenever she learned that Kushwan Singh was learning music in English medium school. In that way, here the gap was created between grandmother and Kushwan Singh. Now they were not able to spend as much happiness as they had when they were in the village. Now the gap was became more when Kushwan Singh went to university to continue his further education, means degree PG. University he went, there separate room was given. So grandmother was not able to stay with the grandson. The gap was more. So she felt very unhappy. At that time, she chose. Though she felt very unhappy, though she was very sad, but she did not show such type of sadness, unhappiness through her emotions and face. Such type of stubborn, such type of strong woman is grandmother of Kushwan Singh. Whenever he went to university, whenever he joined in degree course, then she started, as she did not have time to spend, as she was free now, she took some other activity, that is spinning the wheel. Spinning the wheel. She's making the threads with which she can make some clothes. So she started spinning the wheel. And here, grandmother's lifestyle. Always grandmother used to utter the prayer. And she used to telling the beads. Rosary is there always in her hand. Rosary is nothing but a piece of string which has so many beads. Nowadays we know sages by keeping a string with full of beads. Bead is nothing but a piece of plastic, a piece of wood. By counting them, they use it to utter the name of the God. So telling the beads means she is praying, that is inaudible, silently. Always she is uttering her lips, moving her lips in that manner. She is uttering the prayer. Because of that, we can understand she is a very religious woman. She always used to wear white clothes only. Other ones explained, she seems to be a snow on the mountain, a strip of snow on the mountain, because she is wearing white saree, her hair is white. This is the information in this class. We discuss next information. Tomorrow we are going to learn. My dear students, take care of you. Prepare thoroughly about the information so far we have discussed. Thank you. One and all.